and my teammates are Carol and Nicholas. For this hackathon, we worked on a project called SpecMe. SpecMe is basically a platform that takes in any functional business requirements and converts into a working backend code that is easy to deploy. So to start with, once you're on the SpecMe platform, you can upload your PRD. In this case, uh, I want to build an AI chatbot that is able to generate meeting summaries. And this PRD contains all the business requirements as well as logic. Once I've uploaded, I click validate and proceed. And what it's doing behind the scenes is analyzing all these requirements and generating the best tech stack for this project. In this case, the preferred programming language that's best to use is Python. The framework is Python Fast API, database is Postgres, and then it also recommends Twilio as third-party integration, potentially that we could use. The user is also able to change and customize to whatever preferred programming language they would like. The second step now is to take this and generate the UML diagram as well as a code repository. SpecMe is now taking the chosen tech stack as well as PRD and analyzing how to best build a code repository with functioning backend code that is deployable. Here, to assist with that process and give more context to our agent, it's also generating a UML diagram as well as class diagram. And we do this by leveraging GPT-4 to generate plant UML code. And then we basically use that code to render the UML diagram as well as class diagrams. For the repo structure, it's primarily basing the repo structure of the preferred API framework. So here we have a UML diagram that's generated as well as the class diagram. For this class diagram, you can see that the different classes that it has recommended and how it interacts with each other, the required fields per class, as well as functions and structure of general backend. And then we also have a folder structure that is generated here, and the different functions within those the different folders. And within each Python file, if you're okay with this folder structure, we can go ahead and also generate pseudocode. So once it's generating the pseudocode, what it's basically doing is taking these functions, taking the requirements, taking the UML, taking the class diagram, and then generating boilerplate functions and real code that could be potentially deployed. So we now have our code base ready. If you look at some of these functions here, let me download the repository. It's a zip file, open it. And over here, I can see some of the functions, the boilerplate functions that SpecMe generated. Now I can take this code and also deploy it. And then we have a functioning backend. Thank you.